Navarra may be a one-province country stuck between a mountain range and a hard place, but that doesn't mean the situation is completely hopeless. In today's EU4 video, I'm going to try to get the Bask in Glory achievement, which requires you to play as Navarra and convert most of Iberia to Basque culture before the age of absolutism. I have a somewhat complicated relationship with trying to play Navarra because I've actually attempted making a Navarra video maybe twice or three times in the past, and every time I get reminded that it is a miserable experience, which is a result of basically having to hope that the stars align in the correct way to be able to start playing the game. So you may or may not see about 4 or 5 attempts in a row as soon as I press the play button, but we won't know until we find out, I guess. Enforced peace from France. Oh boy, I love this game, chat. Why am I saying chat? There's nobody here. That's great. That's really great. All right, attempt number 2. We can ally Castile. Royal marry Portugal, just like before, and hopefully we don't get an enforced peace from France this time. Who knows? Maybe they'll do it anyway. Wait, I'm in a personal union with Castile. That's cool. That's great. God. All right, attempt number 3 then, I guess. Okay, alliance with Castile, royal marriage with Portugal. Try to improve relationship with Burgundy and France, maybe at some point, just that they don't try to kill us. I don't know. Okay, the death of King Alfonso. Nice. We get the Restoration Union CB. I'm also just gonna briefly insult them. You know what? Actually, I think I'm gonna say no to this. I think I want Castile to not like me, at least a little bit. Because if we get to 190, they're gonna ask to vassalize me, and I kind of don't even want to have that interaction. If I say no, then they're going to be domineering because I denied their request. Exactly like that. Thank you, Castile. That's great. So we're gonna say no to this. Why would I say yes to it? That would be a game ender already. And they're not gonna like it very much, but that might be too bad. I don't know. It kind of depends. Oh my god. Okay. Wait. Okay, I don't know if this was shown in the first attempt, but I also got this event, so getting it twice, this can't be real. This cannot be possible. I mean, obviously I'm gonna say yes to it, a 656. I mean, that's absurd. But getting it twice while trying to record the same video, I guess I have to follow through. I have to do the achievement this time. Oh, well, that's nice. Extra Diplo rep we can use to maybe get Portugal. And after getting a stability, I get a free stability immediately after. I mean, okay. If I get an enforced peace from France this time, ooh, I'm gonna be angry. All right, royal marriage and alliance with Burgundy gives us a chance, maybe, at getting the Burgundian inheritance. And a 3rd free stability, okay. I'm probably gonna drop this save in my Discord after for anybody to look at, just so that they know I'm not cheating, because I've never had luck like this. Like, if I watched this video, I'd probably think, yeah, this guy's cheating for sure. Now that I'm looking at it, it seems like 2 of our allies are not going to be able to help us. Portugal, because they just lost the 100 Years' War. They decided for whatever reason to honor their alliance with England, even though it's England's offensive war, so that, I don't know, it's kind of weird. And Burgundy actually kind of likes Aragon, plus they're at war, so not much is going to happen here. It kind of leaves us with just having Castile and Naples. So I have a feeling, or hubris, you know, it really depends, but I'm pretty sure I could invade Aragon at this point. So I'm going to hire the Free Company, also maybe get a general, but I might get that general through this button instead. Okay, they're pretty decent. We've gotten military access from Castile, so we're just going to move off to the side. It also seems to me like Castile is likely to try and invade Granada, and I would very much prefer if they didn't do that. Also, 30,000 people, but I have no idea where they are. Well, anyway, it seems like unfortunately our old foe, AI incompetence, might prove to be a bit of an issue, as you know, we could probably win this battle, but someone's just a little bit dumb, so he's gonna get here late. And so, I mean, yeah, it kind of speaks for itself. Yeah, so I don't know where Castile's actual army is. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, okay, that's cool. That's great. That's a great place to put your army during a war. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Oh, hey, would you look at that? They actually did manage to bring him back. It would be a shame if we didn't make sure they grabbed this. We should sit here for a little while. All right, Castile, you thinking what I'm thinking? Yes, sir. Okay, perfect. We're all on the same page, except Naples, who has yearned for death and is being granted it. Yeah, they kind of folded like a lawn chair. They didn't even put up a fight, which is kind of embarrassing, but it's fine. Okay, there is one thing I need to make sure I do, which is occupy these provinces over here. Never mind. Retreat. Goodbye, those mercenaries. You fought well, thank you. As for the first reform, we will curtail the noble privileges. Florence will leave. Thank you very much, Florence. Get them, boys. Oh, they're retreating. That sucks. sucks. Huh. Okay, weird stack wipe, but Savoy's gonna leave pretty soon anyway, so I think it's probably fine. I'll just take out a couple of loans. Savoy will now leave the war, and that's just in time for Castile to pick themselves back up out of low war enthusiasm. So, we should be able to actually finish this war, in theory. Or not. Great, okay, cool. Well, hey, it's not over yet. I can still sell a few titles, hire up as many people as possible, and in theory, I should be able to grab all of the remaining forts, possibly. Down to a siege race that is in my favor because I have 3 siege, and this guy does not. Grab the 21%, we march down south. He doesn't get his 21%. Sucks to be that guy. We should be able to win if we fight him. We have a 3-1. We're both on tech 4. I just simply have more people, and that's all we can really rely on right now. In fact, if I do wait a little bit longer, we should be able to get this one guy to come down south a little. And just in case, we might as well try for a better general. Nope. Okay, one more. Still no. Alright, it is what it is. And with the reinforcement, we managed to win the battle, giving us a free stack wipe. Beautiful. Okay. The biggest problem plaguing us right now is that we're taking out a lot of loans, and we can have 200 loans, we just don't want to have 200 loans. So I'm going to develop a little bit. That was the main point of getting the development cost from the Cortes. Also, the Renaissance has been around for a while, so I might as well drop a little bit of development in here, at least to get up to 21 development, then we'll debase, get a little bit of money back. Now our loans are 3 times the size. Perfect. Bro, please. No, 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 no. Come on. You know I cannot help you with this, man. In fact, yeah, you know, I'm gonna say no to that. Yeah, I'm gonna say no to that. I don't even feel bad. Do not call me into that. I don't care. I will instead actually maybe royal marry France. Maybe France will be my new friend. After all, we do eventually need to invade Castile anyway. I didn't even notice that Castile actually took some provinces from Aragon in that peace deal. It wasn't just like they pieced out because they had low exhaustion. They just betrayed me outright. So that's cool. Thanks, Castile. You will pay for that. But at the very least, we get our union. In fact, I'm kind of considering taking a little bit of territory. We can't take much, but 1 province is better than no provinces, and we do need to make Aragon loyal, which is only really going to happen if we have enough development. And there you have it, the personal union. Let's go ahead and use that money to pay off all of our loans. We can seize land, finally. Go ahead and core that up. And here we go, Aragonese inheritance. In fact, that gives me a claim on all of Iberia, so I'm gonna uncore that, press this, then core that. It'll be a little bit cheaper. Went ahead and rivaled Castile. I feel like that might give me an opportunity to ally like maybe France or something. Well, that's gonna take until we see what happens with the Burgundian inheritance. We don't know yet. I do like what I'm seeing here because, you know, it's not just France that wants to go to war with Castile. We also have a very good reason to. We have plenty of claims, and oh boy. Okay. Bit aggressive there, France, but, well, as long as we can be friends, then that would be fine with me. Oh, here we go. Here's something for free. We can declare war on Valencia that just recently got released, and this time we can just take it for ourselves because it borders our subject Aragon. Alright, both provinces go to me. We can only core 1 right now, but that's fine. Granada's rivaled me, which is pretty funny. I feel like if I have the opportunity, I should probably fabricate a claim and go to war with them as well. Bump Navarra up to 30 development, because, frankly, I do need a little bit of the force limit from the military, and also so I can sell some titles. And the Renaissance has appeared in Navarra. It's gonna take quite a while to get anywhere else, so there's not really a reason to not go ahead and embrace it. In fact, we can go ahead and sell it to France. Go ahead and take the tech cost reduction because we are just about to take a few technologies. Hungary will now ally us. Perfect. And we can't really go to war with Castile right now. They did re-ally up with Portugal, and they have recovered their military, so it's probably gonna take until we either get like France on our side or maybe we integrate Aragon, but until then, it's looking pretty unlikely. On the bright side, we've just gotten Aragon to positive opinion of us, which means we should be able to abdicate our current ruler with no issues. And finally, we can have someone who knows how to rule. Ooh, hey, there we go. France started guaranteeing me, and also I just got an event. It's actually the 2nd time I got the turn away the inventor event. So doing that twice means that France really likes us, and that means we can get an alliance. Alright, perfect. We get the first idea group. That's gonna be influence. I'm sure I don't need to explain why. Let's go ahead and sell some titles, take some crown land back. We could use that actually to build a couple of churches. Build Tech 6 is gonna be pretty helpful for what I have planned. That plan's gonna take a while to actually execute because people still aren't really a big fan of me. Jousting tournament, lovely. So the Duke of Burgundy has died, and in his place is some random guy who wasn't the heir beforehand. end, so interesting, I guess. I might even go with representatives of the crown just to get an additional diplomatic relationship slot. I am taking up one more than I can at the moment. And then, of course, later I'll swap that out for something else. Oh yeah, I can also go ahead and ally Austria. That's a good idea. Royal marriage too, why not? Now, my aggressive expansion has been going down quite a lot over the past few years, so I'm thinking at this point, I could probably invade Naples. That's what I've been building these ships for. Unfortunately, because I've been allying all of the strong powers in Europe, I can just call in Hungary for this war, and honestly, we might as well call in Burgundy too. Oh, I didn't even know people could join the supporting faction for independence with Aragon when we were at war. I didn't know that was possible. Well, it's not a big deal. I think if we wait like 3 years, we should be able to get France on our side, and we should be able to beat up Castile, hopefully. We can kick Genoa out. They'll give me a bunch of money, of course. Thank you. As for Naples, it would be great to fully annex the entire thing, but that's frankly not possible, and also probably wouldn't be a good idea. So we're gonna take this much from them, which isn't that bad of a coalition. And in fact, I might just improve relations with a few countries first, just to cover my own back. Again, we're gonna take the tech cost on this one. Alright, it's now December, which means that we should finish this peace deal. It should prevent, say, like Genoa from joining, and if there are only 4 countries that can join, then I'm pretty sure a coalition can't even form. Not to mention, Naples can't join, so it's whatever. Alright, let's sell some titles, take some crown land back. First age ability, that'll be aggressive expansion, of course. Oh, that's who I needed to support the independence of my subject. Of course, the Ottomans. Of course. Historic rivals to the Basque people, naturally. Burgundy wants help with a war. I mean, fine. I guess the Burgundian inheritance isn't happening this game, but whatever, it's okay. Oh, this might be the golden opportunity. France, willing to join a war against Castile. Portugal and England not willing to defend them. I can't pass this up. Aggressive expansion be damned. I need that territory. And that might be the fastest stomp of Castile I have ever had in a game. The power of having France as an ally. Who would have guessed? Alright, soonest I'm gonna ask for this little province down here as a quick and easy port to enter into Morocco. Also, just break all your alliances. Castile, Granada, especially the Ottomans. Thank you. War reps and full money. As for Castile, I'm gonna be looking to take as much land as possible, not so much money. So I want to weaken Castile significantly. So I'm taking the La Mancha gold mine, taking all the stuff down here. I want to invade Granada, maybe even invade Portugal at some point, who knows. Castile has no alliances at the moment, and at the very least, nobody should be able to attack them except for, well, basically Portugal, that's it. France is gonna be on the same truce timer as myself, so we don't have to worry about them. The coalition looks bad, but we have a bunch of allies, so it's not actually that bad. Beautiful. Alliance with Portugal was immediately broken, which kind of sucks. Why did you break our alliance? Well, I was gonna ask them to break their alliance with England, but I guess we can't do that anymore because they don't like us. Probably aggressive expansion if I had to guess. Oh, they rivaled me. You went ahead and rivaled me, that's what happened. Okay, what's wrong with France? Oh, I know what's wrong with France. You allied my rival. Well, if I have to pick between being allied to France or Burgundy, it's gonna be France, so that's a shame, but it is what it is. It's alright because the Burgundian inheritance isn't going to happen. We can pretty much confirm at this point. Let's sell a few titles, take some more land back. Oh, now the Pope's rivaled me. That's great. So, permanent excommunication. That's lovely, I guess. Oh, and you know what? We did just take a province in Africa, so we could start the golden era. Yep, there we go. Who could have guessed? That's great. I'll just have to pull out my special trap card called Paying My Way into Heaven. There you go. All good. Oh, wait a second. I get my own thing, my own naval doctrine as Navarra. That's crazy. Well, don't mind if I do. Free explorers and conquistadors without having to take exploration. Well, can't just pass that up. Anyway, I care a little bit less about our influence and diplotech, and I care a little more about getting that gold up and running. So let's dump a few points into the gold mine. Burgundy really wants that alliance back. I don't know. We can try it, but if France doesn't like it, then I'll have to break it off. Truce with Portugal is up. It seems England is just barely not willing to help them. So let's see what we can get done. Okay, France is being annoying. Well, actually, you know what we can do? I'll just increase their trust with me. Yeah, that'll do it. You know what? It would be great to grab this, actually. We could get organizations, and I do have a little bit of extra mill, so I might grab this, maybe. Local manpower would be kind of cool. And in the end, they weren't actually that difficult to defeat. I don't really care about this one province. They can keep that. But I will take everything that could border France, because, of course, I don't want France to go ahead and invade them. So it's a bit of a disgusting peace deal, but I think this is the best one we could go for right now. I am taking this island, and I cannot take the Azores, or however it's pronounced, just because it's a little too far away. And of course, the coalition, it's looking pretty bad, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. All right, let's go ahead, sell a few titles. We did just freshly conquer some land, so we'll get some crown land back, and then we can see some more. Portugal's no longer a valid rival, obviously. So we're gonna swap things up. I actually do not want to go with the Papal States as a rival, please and thank you. I would much prefer the Mamluks. I'm starting to realize maybe I shouldn't have broken that alliance between Tunis and Granada. Yeah. It's gonna be a bit of a tough one. Maybe I can drag France into a war that I can use to distract Morocco so I can declare war on them. I don't know. Second age ability, we're gonna go with war taxes. Also, it's really funny to me at this point, the Ottomans still technically are not an empire because they never took Constantinople. It's currently owned by Venice. And looking at Venice's alliances, it's probably gonna stay that way for a while. Excommunication, lovely. Looks like it's time for my payment. Can't wait until I've outpaced the Pope. That's gonna be great. Oh hey, yippee, lose one inflation. That'll surely solve all of our problems. Don't worry about that, I'll get around to it eventually. Truce with Naples is up, and frankly, I don't think I have enough aggressive expansion with everybody, so might as well go ahead and finish what I started a few years ago. It's really funny to me that the Pope wants to hate me so bad, but they just can't bring themselves to because I keep on giving them money for free. On the bright side, I can use that to help with a little bit of the inflation. Alright, if Naples wants to surrender, then fine. It's only a little bit of aggressive expansion anyway. We can go ahead, sell some titles, take some land back, and that money can be spent on, I don't know, I guess a few churches, that's fine. Maybe a bit of production for things that are worth it. I'm gonna set all these provinces here as interest because there's a chance that Aragon might fabricate a claim for them. That would be great because you know what, I do kind of want to declare war on Tunis. They did recently ally Granada, so who knows, maybe we can get something done with that. Prospering Times is gonna give us a new city, which I just grabbed this. Are we sure we want to put the city here? Well, it's livestock, so that's going to be manpower for the most part. Oh yeah, by the way, I could ally the Ottomans right now, which would be super funny because I think that would prevent them from supporting the independence of Aragon. I'm not quite sure about that. Oh, of course, okay, so the gold mine just had to deplete already. That's cool. Heir might die. I mean, he is average. Maybe we gamble that a little bit. You know, I do have a personal union, which makes me immune from getting naturally PU'd. So I'm willing to gamble a little more for this. Maybe we can get someone better. Or maybe someone worse. That works, I guess. Yeah, just kidding. We can pick up another idea group. We do just naturally have a lot more mill points than anything else. I've been spending them mostly on doing development, but frankly, it might be a decent idea to pick up some idea group. Eventually, I think we would want to pick up like religious ideas because the achievement does require that you culture convert a decent part of Iberia, which would definitely take time, but is made a little bit easier through the reduced cost. We don't really have to worry much about that right now. I think instead I would like to take offensive ideas. Right off the bat, we can get our 5% discipline like that, and we should be right about on time to declare war on Castile again. I've been saving up a bit of aggressive expansion buffer, just to make sure this goes off with no problems. First order of business is actually not to invade Castile, but instead to invade Portugal, get them out on a white piece nice and early, or even deal with that alliance with England. We can grab our tier 4 reform. Of course, we're playing Catholic, which means lands for the church is absolutely insane for us to take. Also, we do have a cardinal, so I'm thinking I can probably get rid of oversight by the clergy, and we're gonna replace that with a papal emissary. Now, there are 6 heavies here, and 6 heavies are dangerous, but fighting the Mediterranean with no other ships, the galleys are gonna tear them to shreds. Okay, whew. For a second I was like, there's no shot. There's no way. A third time in the video, but okay, fortunately, well, I don't know, I guess unfortunately, it isn't the same event. And frankly, she isn't even a very good ruler either, so that's too bad. Excommunication again. I thought I just paid you. Well, that sucks. Give me a minute. You know what? Yeah, I could use some crown land ownership. All right, Portugal's willing to leave. I'm gonna make this as close as I can to a 10 sort of year truce. 45, that works fine. It's gonna be like 9.5 years or something, which is just on time for us to declare war before they can ally Castile or England. There you go. Here's your money. All right, Genoa, you're gonna give me your trade power. Oh, right, I can't do that because you're the head of a trade league. That sucks. Okay, war reparations, money, keep your alliance because you're weak and I don't care. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna take this. Yeah, I'm taking Corsica. Thank you. Wait a second. The Ottomans are no longer supporting the independence of my subject. I actually rizzed somebody out of supporting my subject's independence. I didn't even think that was possible. Well, at the very least, it means we could integrate Aragon in about 12 years, so that's nice. It also means they're actually gonna help me in wars, which I never thought was gonna happen. Third age ability, we'll go with adaptive combat terrain. And somehow France has landed in England. Well, congratulations. missions. Let's go help them out. I have to admit, helping the French siege down London was not on my bingo list for today, but weirder things have happened before. Remember that one time that the Spanish wanted to invade England because, like, England was becoming Protestant? Remember how they, like, failed and all that stuff? Yeah. Anyways, England. See, the funny thing is, I actually kind of want to take something, you know? Like, technically, I do get a claim on the Munster area, which is this thing down here, so, you know, I'm supposed to take it eventually anyway, and I do need to have 10% of the trade power in the North Sea, which is this node up here, so I'm just saying I might as well preempt the mission. And by preempt, I mean I'll probably just take like 2 or 3 things. Well, thank you for being incredibly weak, England. I'll be taking my spoils. Uh-oh. I do not have enough governing capacity. 1 second. Okay, now we're good. So, Castile. I kind of want to take these things. They're occupied by Aragon. Well, that's kind of too bad because I kind of want them. Thank you. There you go. That'll be a 100% peace deal against Castile. I'll be taking both of their islands over here as well as this group of islands down here. I'm sure they have some things colonized somewhere that I'll have to come back for later, but at the very least, if they don't, which actually kind of looks like they don't, which is good, and it means they can't colonize anymore, so I don't have to like chase them. And honestly, the coalition isn't that bad. Now, let's sell a few titles, give it 1 day to give us more crown land from conquering in Castile, then I'll see some more back. Okay, so France is not very happy. Can't imagine why. Well, I mean, I don't think the favors are gonna do it this time. I don't think the trust is gonna fix this issue. This time, I think it's the aggressive expansion. They're really upset about all the land I've been taking. Can't imagine why. I do kind of want to maintain this alliance with France, so I'm gonna keep on improving relations, but that's not really gonna be the long-term solution. I probably will have to break my alliance with Burgundy, and this time... Oh, wait, what? Wait, that worked? All I did was rival England, and I guess that kind of solved the problem. Never mind then. Continue on. Beautiful. Aragon, I love you. What is this? Architectural development? Why am I seeing so many of these random events that I have never seen before, ever? Not in my 7,000 hours have I ever seen this. But I'm not complaining. I mean, paying for a few points is definitely worth it. All that's been cored up, we can grab that Diplotech, turn all these into states. Frankly, I should probably grab some more governing capacity as well. And we're ready to declare war on Tunis. Well, let's be honest, it's mostly about Granada, but let's pretend it's about Tunis. An offer to trade favors for getting an heir of the French dynasty. That wouldn't even be necessarily the worst idea. You know, every other country that has our dynasty kind of hates us, like we're just never going to get a PU over them, but we could maybe get a PU over France. Now, it would kind of suck, because to reclaim the coast requires that we core this stuff, and that unlocks, well, you know, pretty much the entire mission tree. But this mission tree ends up giving you a restoration of Union CB on France anyway, so frankly, I don't even think it matters that much. Like, it pretty much does the thing that the entire mission tree on this side does. As for the other one, I mean, it would be nice, because we do get colonial range and an explorer and a couple of claims. I mean, it's cool, it's just not like the craziest mission tree, so I don't care that much. In other words, I might accept this, to be honest. Never mind, they suck so much. They're so bad. 013, I'm sorry. I gave you a chance and I got nothing but disappointment in return. Oh yay, reform time. Well, I am going through offensive ideas. I would kind of like to have a little bit more mill power. And frankly, I don't think the navies need it. Oh, I completely forgot. Right, so since Granada is more than 50% war score and they are not a co-belligerent, we can't actually full annex them. But on the bright side, we can break their alliance with Tunis and Morocco and the Ottomans, and before they can get any of those alliances back, we can declare war. Now Tunis. You see, the thing Tunis is that I never actually cared to begin with, but, you know, while I'm here, and while I don't have a lot of aggressive expansion with any of the Muslim countries, I might as well. You know, I just realized that I own a decent amount of Sevilla, but I'm not even actually, like, collecting as my main trading port in there. So it would probably be a good idea to actually move my trade capital, probably. Truce with Portugal has just finished. Now for this war, I am going to call France in because I want to do a little something with Morocco, but, you know, France getting involved with that would be pretty annoying. In fact, I think it would be in my best interest to just let France deal with everything over here. Meanwhile, in Morocco, I'll go ahead and call these two in because I really don't have a reason not to. Well, you know, I guess I could request heir at some point, so it's fine, we can deal with this. If we needed debate, then I wouldn't mind grabbing this one. Took a while, but the queen finally died, unfortunately, but that's alright. The king isn't like great or anything, but I guess he is de Valois. In fact, I actually don't know where this guy came from. I guess I just didn't have an heir, which is why he has 20 legitimacy. But that's not like the end of the world, because of course, we might be able to use that to PU France. So I could live with that. Tripoli folded from just a blockade. And honestly, I didn't have much of a plan going into this. I just wanted to make sure that Morocco wasn't allied with France anymore. And I mean, I could do that, I guess. You know, I don't have to take all this, or I could just get more war score. That's true. All right, now we're done with Morocco. Coalition really isn't that bad, especially because we are allied to the Ottomans, which is still very funny to me. I'll take the whole coastline, plus like a little bit of money, I guess. Most importantly, I will break that alliance, thank you. As for Portugal, I want to take all of their colonies, because it's kind of annoying that they decided to go ahead and colonize. I'm just going to leave them with 2 provinces. Maybe they'll keep on colonizing, it's possible. They just won't have a lot of money for it, but that's not my problem. So I would very much like to leave this war at this point, but it's kind of a problem because it hasn't been a year yet, so I'm kind of just sitting here with a lot of overextension that I don't actually plan to keep. Kind of sucks. Also, wait a minute, this should create a colonial nation, right? Oh, no, of course it wouldn't, because I have to core 5 of these provinces. I forgot about that. Okay, I can leave and apparently take money. All right, sure. Okay, that's perfect, because I kind of want to release Fez and maybe give him a few provinces. And also, having a second subject gives me strong duchies. Not to mention, there's another subject I would like to make, which would be Scotland, actually. Oh, another daughter, you say? A 543. Isn't that crazy? Well, let's turn Scotland into a vassal. They have plenty of cores I can reconquer from England. I can also start integrating Aragon, which would be a good idea, considering the earlier I integrate them, then the faster I can start doing the culture conversions, because remember, that is what the achievement is. That's the whole reason we're here. Okay. Random god tier event general. Nice. I think at this point we could probably integrate Aragon. 7 Diplo per month. Yeah, that's pretty decent. In fact, if I really wanted to, I could bump that up to 8, and if I really wanted to, I could bump that up to 9. In fact, I probably will take this just because it makes it cheaper as well. As long as the Pope stops excommunicating me, which it looks like they have, so that's nice. Let's go ahead and sell some titles, take some land back. Realizing now that it's 1512 and we still don't have colonialism spawned, which means I might have accidentally messed up the whole institution process. Truce with Castile is up, and things do get a little bit complicated here, but like, not really. I wouldn't be able to fully annex Castile in this war, so instead we can make it like a short peace deal, and that's not a big deal. The main point is, I think I'm just gonna use it to shorten my truce with Portugal down to 5 years. Also, I'm just gonna make them break their alliances. Before I do that though, I'm just gonna spawn my colony in Brazil. There we go. We'll go with private enterprise. Why not? Frankly, I don't really care that much about this colony though. Oh, right, yes. We have acquire subjects, which means we can integrate Aragon for much cheaper. Not only that, but we also have this button here, so we can make it even cheaper. Also, I have a whole bunch of additional Diplo, and instead of developing stuff like I normally would, remember, we do need a specific thing for the achievement, which would be culture conversion. So I'm just gonna select some random provinces here, preferably something with a couple of adjacencies. So let's go with the La Mancha gold mine. And also maybe this province. We can declare the war against Castile, and I mean, honestly, I might as well, you know, I might as well do this. Absolutely unnecessary, but it is funny. Oh, in theory, Portugal should join, but I guess they said no, and I think that's because I have troops on their border, so if I move them, then maybe they'll join. Because, you know, they are allied still. Technically. There we go. Perfect. It's rare, but sometimes the AI does kind of like delay that a little bit. It's alright. So Portugal's gonna be the fastest white piece in the west, although actually I will get rid of your alliances. Maybe not the Castile one now that I think about it, but I will get rid of the England one. There's a very specific reason why I'm not just gonna full annex them. What are the Ottomans doing up here in Scotland? I mean, I know I called them in, but I didn't expect them to actually, you know, fully commit to it. And of course, Air falls ill right when I get someone who's pretty decent. That's great. Well, let's hope she lives. 140 ducats, I'll pay that. That sucks. Well, Genoa, you can leave, I guess. Yep, there goes England. Now, I might even pop out, I don't know, Wales or something? You know, I have so much room for subjects. I have 2 more Diplo slots. I could probably grab, like, 1 more province, you know? These are just to connect up here so I get the straight crossing. I don't really think it's necessary, but I just kind of want it. Now, in retrospect, this entire war probably set back the spawning of colonialism by multiple years, but that's kind of too bad. Oh, I actually don't get a lot of this money. You know what? We don't care about the war reps. That's fine. Or rather, we don't care about the money. We do care about the war reps. But the rest of this peace deal, this is fine. So I went into this thinking that I couldn't annex Castile. You know, 104% war score for all the provinces, but then you get to the peace deal and it's like, yeah, never mind, by the way. It's fine. But I think that's because Madrid is the war goal and it is like the highest development. So once you occupy the war goal, it's like a little bit cheaper. So I guess I can fully annex Castile. It causes a few problems, but like, that doesn't seem that bad. See? No problem. It's like nothing even happened. Now, let's go ahead and release Wales, just because I feel like it. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Another minus 15% Diplo annexation cost. Yeah, I think I will take that, actually. Thank you. That brings us down to a clean minus 65%. So Aragon's only going to take another 4 years. You know what, this time, I think I'm probably going to not sell some titles and take land back. Instead, I'm going to get rid of Right of Council, because these guys frankly don't need it. And instead, you can have the last land rights. Congratulations. I will take that land back, though. So everybody has land rights. I'm at 800 governing capacity, and it looks like if I want to state all the stuff that I've taken, it might be a little more than that. A little more than the governing capacity I currently have. Oh, hello there. I knew they were going to declare this war because I got the pop-up telling me that they were thinking about it. I didn't really expect them to call me in, but to be fair, I did also call in, like, the Ottomans against England, so that's not completely out of the ordinary, I guess. It is funny, though. Oh, hey, a new heir, yippee. Yeah, I don't think so. Oh, hey there, so it, seems France has claimed my throne. That's fascinating, but, hey, buddy, it seems you yourself are lacking an heir, my good friend. And you do happen to be 54 years old, so we'll see how that turns out. I do need just a little bit more prestige, and you know, I was about to call France into this war, but if someone's at war, then they can't be personal union diplomatically, so I guess I'm just gonna have to deal with this myself. In all honesty, I just kind of forgot to deal with Granada. I was kind of focused on other things, so give me a break. There's a small coalition brewing, but like, let's be honest, we all know that this doesn't matter. I have like 7 allies. That's the integration of Aragon. Beautiful, look at that. That's perfect. There is one thing I forgot to put on, which would be the integration policy. You know, I had to pick either I was gonna get the land rights or the integration policy, and I figured the land rights are probably a little more important at the moment. 326, that is an acceptable heir. It also means that France is no longer going to have a claim on my throne. And in fact, you know, interestingly, I could decide once I have enough prestige to claim their throne if I so choose. Oh, France is breaking the alliance because they're domineering. That's funny considering you don't have your claim anymore, so I don't know how you're domineering. Like, what are you gonna do? Use that CB you don't have? Weirdo. Truce with Portugal is up. That doesn't really matter so much. What matters right now is actually the fact that it's 1519 and there's still no colonialism. I have definitely messed up the game, but that's okay because Diplotech is not that expensive. And I promise once I get to Admin Tech 10, I will spawn colonialism for the good of the world. It's actually really funny that both France and England actually have exploration ideas, but none of them have colonized anywhere in the New World. Instead, they're in Africa. So that's great. That's cool. You know, we didn't need colonialism or anything. That's fine. France broke their alliance. Classic. Still not quite sure how they're domineering. It's not possible. They literally do not have a CB against me, but you do you, man, I guess. The biggest thing, actually, is that they have a ton of aggressive expansion impact, so that could end up being an issue. But for the time being, they do like me, so I think we're okay. Oh, look, now you want to be friends? Okay. Sure. Well, you know what? Let's go with a royal marriage. Why not? At the very least, that'll let me claim the throne from you. Better believe I probably will at this point. Now, let's start by getting Morocco out of this war, because we frankly don't care that much. I will break your alliance with the Ottomans, though, because it's really cringe. Also take full money, if possible. This much is fine. Are there really any downsides to claiming the throne right now? I don't think so. So I might as well. You know what? I will do a separate piece with Tunis, just cause. Can't really get much out of them, but that doesn't really matter. I'll just finish up this war to grab a little bit more prestige. It turns out, actually, we're gonna need a lot more prestige. So, I'll figure out a way to fix that. But, for now... Oh, and would you look at that? So the Hungarians have a 55-year-old king. And I just so happen to have 85 favors, so if I just go ahead and curry a couple more, that could be something, you know? That could work out. Okay, so Hungary here. We could ask them to put a de Valois on the throne, and frankly, I think I'm gonna do it. Now, the problem is this is going to give me 20 aggressive expansion with every Catholic country in the game. And, you know, that's generally not great or anything, but I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. So what, a couple of countries in Italy don't like me and then Britain gets like 1 month before I attack them. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that big of a deal. You know what, now that I think about it actually, I don't think we necessarily need to keep this. I might swap it to centralized monarchical bureaucracy actually, now that I'm actually doing culture conversions. There is actually one last thing I could do before dealing with France, and that's just gonna be cleaning up Portugal. They probably have like maybe one colony somewhere, I don't know. In fact, maybe I should let them them live just so they can spawn colonialism. Nah, that's fine. It's kind of funny that they did ally Ethiopia though. You know, someone's a little bit desperate. Oh yeah, I did get courthouses, didn't I? You know what? I think I'm just gonna go ahead and grab this. Reduce construction costs. Then I'll build one workshop somewhere. And then a whole bunch of courthouses. Oh. Prestige, perfect, thank you very much. In fact, okay, I'm gonna try and maybe figure out a way to get just a little bit more prestige. I mean, technically, I will finish this war and get prestige, right? Like, this would be 11 prestige, which is nice. That'll be enough. First, we do have to, like, actually go to Ethiopia, though. Well. Didn't even last the whole truce, eh? That's beautiful. Okay, there has never been a better example of streamer luck, I think. Yeah, go ahead, you can drop it in the comments, that's fine, I understand. At this point, it would probably be a good idea to get rid of increased levies. We frankly don't need it, and the nobility are getting a little bit too much crown land. Also, I am considering maybe putting on my integration policy. Problem is, that's gonna give a little bit of liberty desire to France, and I need to fix that for the most part, so we're not going to do that yet. But I do need to integrate a subject, because frankly, that's a lot of relationships. It's not so bad, because it is for a good cause, but still. Ooh, hey, that's 300 ducats for quite a few points. I'll take that. Just a little bit of debt, who cares? In fact, I could probably just extract a little bit of money. There we go. Let's also not forget to grab this. That's a free 50 admin. Oh yeah, okay, I guess our truce with France has technically ended, so if I don't want them to try and like get support from people, I'm just gonna have to pay them a little bit of money, which is fine. And yet people are supporting them anyway, because, right, it requires like a month tick and it's really annoying. Oh, Age of Reformation's here as well. Let me go ahead and get rid of my war taxes. We do need a new debate, so I'm thinking we could probably go with like an extra relations slot if that's possible somewhere. Also, very quickly, I just took out those loans so I could debase a bit of currency, finish off this mission. It'll also help me a little bit with the inflation that's been a problem for the entire game. Oh, a new king or a new emperor of the HRE. Actually, wait a second, you're not even HR emperor. Main point is I have 92 favors and they have no heirs, so we know how this goes. 50 prestige would be really great right about now, but I am gonna take the stability because I can get prestige through other ways. Wait, that's not gonna cause like a huge problem with all of Europe, right? Looks like most people are at like minus 20-ish, so another minus 20 doesn't seem like it'd be that bad. Colonialism, somebody finally got colonialism. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much, Britain. Well, you know, we already have a colonial nation, so it should spread like relatively quickly to us. Every port is gonna get natural spread. Not to mention, when the Pope dies, he's probably gonna put on that cardinal, right? Or, you know, the golden bull, that thing. Okay, I'm actually pretty impatient and I don't care that much about Ethiopia's money, so I'm just gonna take that, thank you. And from Portugal, it's not really that much aggressive expansion, so I'm just gonna take all of their provinces. Truce with Britain is also up, but I don't think it matters that much. I mean, I guess I could just preemptively declare war for the reconquest of Scotland, right? I'll get there when I get there, and it's not like they have any allies who matter. So I'll call in Burgundy and the Palatinate, actually not the Palatinate, but yeah, Burgundy's fine. Unless, of course, they don't actually start creating a coalition, then I don't actually care. Anyway, that's the rest of Portugal. We can core all that up, but before we do that, let's actually turn ourselves into an empire. So that's just enough governing capacity to be able to core those. Oh yeah, you know what? I guess we do technically own all of Iberia at this point, right? Okay, sure, yearly army tradition for the rest of the game, nice. And it might finally be time to actually conquer that inflation. It's been kind of a problem. Britain's incredibly weak right now. I don't need to call these people in, but once again, it's funny. Alright, Britain, you're gonna return all the cores of my subjects. Thank you very much. I'll be kind enough not to take anything else. In reality, it's kind of like a coalition thing, although I'm starting to think that maybe coalitions don't matter anymore, you know, considering, yeah. Well, I'll at least wait until maybe I get a personal union on Hungary, or maybe I get a personal union on Austria. I'm stretching it a little bit, but one on Burgundy would be nice as well. I'm just saying. If any of those happen, then like, yeah, it's pretty much over. Now that's beautiful. You know, I'm pretty sure at one point there actually was a personal union that was pretty much like this, where Navarra would, in theory, be the senior partner over France in a personal union, but like de facto it was more like France was leading the union because France was just a much larger and stronger entity. But to be fair, my only knowledge of that was from like a few lines that existed in a TV show I watched back in like 2016, so I don't know if that's real or not. Oh hey, yearly army professionalism is crazy. Allows tercio infantry, okay, I'll take that. I don't actually remember what these do. Oh, just minus 30% shock damage? That's crazy. Oh hey, that's that's nice of them. The Ottomans decided to give one province back to my subject. Well, thank you, I guess. I do plan to integrate this guy next. End of the golden era. Ah, that's unfortunate. Austria's doing something. Okay, sure, whatever. I really don't want to be at war right now. I have a few things I kind of want to do in the meantime that, you know, require me not being at war, but that's fine. A third one. Wow, that's great. That's okay. I mean, I have called several allies to war, so this is fair. I'm actually not going to grab the next tech yet, and that's because, one, it's not going to give me innovativeness. I'm kind of behind on admin. And two, I could wait a couple of years, and it would give me colonialism on pretty much every coastal province. So, alrighty, all the wars are finally complete. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this to make a faster annexation. And I'm actually changing my mind. I'm gonna go ahead and annex Scotland because frankly, they have no more cores to take back. Now, Fez technically has like one core, but they're also being kind of annoying, so I'm gonna give them a little bit to settle down maybe. Let's go ahead, sell some titles, take some crown land back, and this time I actually will grab the integration policy. Start annexing Scotland. It's not gonna take too long. Actually, you know what? I might even go ahead and integrate both of these subjects at the same time. I can drop a few points in Fez. Also, the institution's super cheap, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grab it. We'll grab all of these techs, and as for admin, I'm actually gonna go ahead with religious ideas. Now, the reason for that is because once we reach the end of religious ideas, we get minus 25% culture conversion cost, and that pairs up with influence ideas to give us an extra minus, I think, 15%? Yeah, another 15%. And also, once we finish our religious ideas, we will grab our final national idea, which will be another minus 10%. So, there's gonna be a lot less conquering going on, a whole lot more focusing on admin, really trying to finish this idea group, and then we're gonna culture convert, I guess, pretty much everything at that point. I think across the board, we're going to get like a minus 60% culture conversion cost, so we can convert pretty much anything at that point. Okay, Burgundy, just give me a second. I think I'm gonna go ahead and give a gift to my subject, just to bump them up to 200, then we'll wait a month, start the integration, and that'll be no problem. Actually, I could just enable scutage now that I think about it. Okay, yeah, that's fine, actually. That's the annexation of Scotland. I do have one slight problem, and that is that I don't have enough governing capacity to actually state all of this. Getting a little worried for Hungary right now. You know, their king is 73 years old. He's really up there for EU4 at least. And the thing is, it's not like the heir's getting any younger either, so as soon as the king dies, uh-oh. Oh no, that's a real shame. Oh gosh, it would be really unfortunate if someone were to come along and like claim that throne, you know? That would be a real shame, I think. That would be very unfortunate. So yeah, let me just go ahead and yeah, I'm gonna break that alliance as well, of course. Gotta wait out that truce if I want to invade him. I think it would be fine for us at this point to sell some more titles, take some more land back, maybe spam out a couple more of these courthouses. Also, I think I'm gonna take out maybe a couple loans as well. I just want to upgrade these guys. Ah, it's a shame they did end up getting an heir, but that's okay because they are de Valois, so we might get an opportunity later. Or if not, that's still fine. We did get France. I can't be asking for much more. I'm gonna go ahead and start integrating Wales because frankly at this point I really shouldn't be conquering using admin. I should just be releasing subjects and then integrating them with Diplo power. One, it's cheaper to integrate than it is to core something, and second of all, I do need that admin. Now, that being said, I am going to invade Morocco. Excommunication, I haven't seen that in a while. Oh, it's gonna cost a lot for an indulgence. Okay, maybe we should kill the Pope. All of a sudden, this isn't looking so bad. We're gonna do a light peace deal with Morocco here. They've been raiding my coastlines, which has been kind of annoying, so I'm gonna revoke their coastline privileges, and I'm actually just gonna hand most of this stuff over to my subjects. It does feel a little bit weird to sit here at, you know, full governing capacity for the most part. Lots of subjects, well, a few subjects at least, and yet almost no aggressive expansion. If you think about it, I haven't actually done that much, which is why I should invade Britain. Okay, at this point, I will definitely take this. Oh, right, the Council of Trent. Okay, so basically the conciliatory status kind of sucks, so yeah, I'm gonna go harsh, actually. See, the funny thing about this, though, is that I'm not actually gonna take that much. For one, I kind of want them to flip to Anglican. You know, they could still do that. They might still do that, and I would prefer it. You know, I am about to grab that CB after all. The other thing is that I'm gonna release a subject, and then I'll just use Reconquest, which will be like a little bit less AE, so yeah, that's about it. We'll take money in war reps, though. So let me just go ahead and release Northumberland. Free stability, well, I wouldn't mind. Random Burgundy War, that's fine. France will take care of it. And with this final idea in religious ideas, we get our development cost, our culture conversion cost, and our naval leader fire. Not only that, but we do get our missionary strength versus heritage heretics, which is free for us to grab right now, so we might as well, and also the additional culture conversion cost. Now, this means that our culture conversion cost is minus 60% right now, and I was saving up this policy for when I was done with that. This will give us another minus 15% to bring it down to minus 75%. And any province which already borders a Basque culture province is also going to get a minus 25% discount. So that means any province which borders a Basque province, I've been, making a whole bunch of them, should be really easy to convert. It will still take a while depending on the development of the province, but at the very least it's going to be rather cheap. See, only 16 for this province. Okay, heir might die, let's see. That's two in one campaign, lovely. Okay, you know what, that's acceptable. Alright, I now have, I think, every single province in Iberia cooking. It's gonna take, at least most of them are gonna take a little while because I'm a little dumb and I kept on developing provinces that weren't Basque. So that made them take a little bit longer, but frankly, they don't usually take that long. I think it's a month per development or something. Or, okay, maybe it's a little more than that. Maybe it's 10 months per development? I'm not quite sure. Either way, it shouldn't take too long. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, I didn't even notice Austria now has a de Valois in control as well. We can't use it because they did just get an heir, but that's fine. It's super funny, actually, that they're now also the emperor. We do now have a little bit more governing capacity, so that means at the very least I could, I don't know, integrate a subject, I guess? I'm sitting here with like no aggressive expansion, kinda just waiting for the king of Hungary to die so that I can claim the throne and just hop in there. Problem is now, I can't even claim the throne because I'm gonna have to wait for the heir to come of age. And frankly, this achievement is going to finish itself in, I don't know, a couple of years at most, so I'm not exactly the most motivated to get out there and do something. Well, I guess I could declare war on Venice or something. Oh boy, right. Completely forgot about the whole League War. Well, it's kind of obvious. If I decide to join, then we instantly win, and if I decide not to join, then I'm pretty sure they lose. See, the thing is, now that I really think about it, is there a reason for me to keep Austria as an ally? They already have de Valois. If there's ever an opportunity to claim the throne, I'm gonna have to wait for the alliance, like the truce. So this might be the funniest opportunity to break the alliance. I'm gonna do it. Made a few small adjustments to the navy, so I'm pretty sure we can beat Venice at this point. Now, Venice actually is, like, in my opinion, the second strongest power. Only because they make more money than the Ottomans, so they can carry, like, a massive force limit and hire a bunch of mercs. Random Venice stack out of nowhere, that's great. On the bright side, for all the money that Venice has, you know what they don't have? A whole lot of manpower. Also, they do that thing that rich countries do, which is, like, hire way too much artillery. So actually, if they want to, like, move behind front lines and just, like, die in a battle, and that's totally fine with me. Anyway, there goes Venice for the most part. Let's see if we can save this siege. Weird random Polish stack. Okay, let's fight, I guess. Ooh, and it hurts so much that I can't actually do anything with this. I can't claim the throne because we don't technically have the same dynasty for the next, like, 7 years. Oh, well, that's the achievement. What do you know? Yeah, I figured it actually wouldn't take that long because we have quite a few, like, low-dev provinces. But there you go. That's a lot of Basque. Still gonna finish this war, though. I don't know if this will be a stack wipe or anything, but a decent battle. Oh, that'll be a stack wipe. Nice. Poland is willing to leave. It's kind of been a while, so I'm okay with that. As for Venice, I mean, it is gonna be at least some kind of a peace deal that I'll take here. But in reality, I kind of want Constantinople. Oh, wait a second. You culture converted that? That is so disgusting. That's actually gross. Okay, never mind. Take war reps. I'll take money. That's all fine. Actually, I am petty enough to, like, grab that extra little bit of money. Thank you. I'll go ahead and release Byzantium. Then I can core everything else. And okay, sue me, but I kind of want to see what happens to Hungary here, okay? It's just 3 years. Either I get the personal union because I enforce it, or I get the personal union because they just die. I guess I should probably embrace the institution as well. New empress in charge. It seems like Hungary has no heir, so you know what? I mean, it's pretty much free for the taking. Not even Russia's gonna help them. I can't just have a claim on a throne and then not use the claim, right? Yeah, the rest of Europe isn't gonna be too happy about this. But at this point, I don't think I really care what Europe thinks. I worked hard for this union, okay? I set this up. I deserve to have this. Might placate a few subjects though first. Thank you. Yeah, they do not like that very much. Well, conveniently, that's where I'm gonna leave things off because, well, I kind of finished the achievement a while ago. I didn't even have to declare that war, but I kept on going because I thought it would be funny. And yeah, it is pretty funny. Well, that's the Basque in glory achievement, and then some. You know, we did a little bit more than we had to, but that's okay. We like to have fun around here. Speaking of which, if you enjoyed today's video, why don't you leave a like? That would be really appreciated. There isn't going to be a like goal this time, because, frankly, as much fun as this has been, I've already reached the point where I'm kind of at, like, this snowball phase. All I would be doing, I think, is probably just, like, juggling this one coalition that's gonna fire. Like, the next thing I would do is just immediately declare war on Britain. Why not? I would also have to spend a lot of time trying to fix my relationship with Hungary, because we're at, like, minus... oh, what is that? 400 or something? That's gonna be a tough task. Anyway, enough yapping for today's video. If you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe. But for now, this is Corbett signing off, and as always, have a fantastic day. Big shout out to the patrons this month, in particular, Erica, Luca Becker, Nick Steffel, Cuberoot, AG Fodero, Ben Mottram, Quiet Guy, Rosset, Torvald, Ambient Cyan, James Levy, Luke 78776, and Robert. By the way, all of these people also get early access to videos, so if that's something you're interested in, it's literally $1.